So here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition. We are going to call it as main animation. Width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, and duration I'm going to choose 1 minute long. And background color, let's choose white color and simply hit OK and hit OK. Then go to choose grid and guide option and we will hit title selection. Now I'm going to type my text, and over here font I'm black color font I'm going to choose, and I'm going to choose Poppins font. You can choose whatever font you want. I'm going to choose black version of this font and I'm going to type M. Okay, let's make this full resolution. Now select this M and let's increase the font size a little bit. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Select this, hit Ctrl D and let's type O. Hit Ctrl D, let's type T. If you hide this, as you can see we are typing different letters. Hit Ctrl D, let's hide this, let's type I. I'm going to select this O, hit Ctrl D and let's bring this at the top, which is O. Hit Ctrl D and change this text to N. Okay, so we have this 6 alphabets for our text motion. Now we will adjust this line by line. Select this O, let's move this over here, then select this T, let's move this over here, select this I, let's move this over here, select this O, let's move this over here, select this N, let's adjust it over here. Okay, and now let's make this fit. Now select all of them and let's bring them properly at the center. Okay, so this is our text. Now select all of them, press P. By holding shift I'm going to select the position keyframes of each and every one. Right click and choose separate dimension. Okay, so this is our first thing. Now select this M over here, press Y to select your pen behind tool, zoom in a little bit, and by holding Ctrl I'll snap this anchor point over here like this. Okay, now select this M and press P for position. Create one keyframe at Y. Zoom in a little bit. Let's go to around 1 second. Create one keyframe. Go to around 1.20 frames. Create another keyframe. Now at 1.10 frames, I'm simply going to bring this a little bit upward. And at the start, I'm going to move this out of this composition like this. Okay, or instead of that, let's do one thing. We will just move this over here only. Now select those keyframes and hit F9 to ease those keyframes. Go to the graph editor, right click and make sure that you are in edit speed graph. Now select this graph first handle. By holding shift move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Then select this, move this handle over here, this handle over here. Select this, move this handle over here, this is over here, and this is over here. So if you see, you will get this kind of animation. And if you want, let's do one thing. We will move this a little bit upward like this. Okay, then at this point I'm going to select this O, and let's, with the help of open square bracket, I'll move this over here. Press P for position. Create one keyframe at Y position. Go somewhere around over here. Create another keyframe and let's move this O somewhere around over here. Zoom in, make sure that it should touch the edge of this O. Okay, like this, and go to the start, and over here I'm going to change the Y position of this out of this composition and select this Y position keyframes and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph. By holding shift move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, so you will get this. So first this and then this. Now at this point, when this touching this, let's go to the graph. Let's see, we will make it completely like this. At this point select this O and press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer, and I'm going to change this one to yellow so we can easily understand. And this time hit U and we will delete all the keyframes. And now press Y for pen behind tool and we'll move this anchor point over here. Now select this O and bring this downwards, and let's make it apparent with this M. Now select this M, press R for rotation, create one keyframe. Select this O, press R for rotation, create another keyframe. Okay, let's make this fit. Let's zoom out. Select this M, go few frame forwards, and let's rotate it like this. Go somewhere around over here, and let's rotate it like this, or let's make this 0. Then select those keyframes and hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, select this. Also yeah, we will select this, go one point over here and one side over here. Select this again, move this one over here and this one over here. So we will get this kind of rotation. Similarly, we'll go over here at this point, select this O and rotate it like this, and this point let's make this 0. Select those keyframe and hit F9. So you will get this animation over here. If you want, then you can rotate it completely like this. It's totally up to you. And at this point again, I'm going to select this and I'll press Ctrl Shift D to split this layer and change the color of this one to aqua. And let's bring this at the top over here. Hit U, delete every keyframe. Also change the parenting, we don't need that. Then select this, press P for position, create one keyframe at X and one keyframe at Y. Select all of this above layers, and with the help of open square bracket, move them over here. Press P for position, create one keyframe, Y on Y position keyframe. Press R for rotation, create one keyframe. Then press S for scaling option, create another keyframe, and hit U. Similar thing I'll follow for this, but not for anything else. Let's press Ctrl Alt Home to align the anchor point of this layer at the center. Then we will go somewhere around 5 seconds maybe. We will create another keyframe. Similarly, select all of these layers, create one keyframe at position, one keyframe at scale, and one keyframe at rotation. And let's change the rotation to 1 degree. So we'll get this rotation also. And at this point, what we are going to do, I'm going to select this alphabets. I'll go to the align tab, I'll choose align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Press V and we will bring this at the center of this O, and we will change the scale of this one to 10 like this. Okay, and in middle of that over here, the Y position keyframes, I'm going to bring this somewhere around over here. Similar situation I'll follow for this O also. I'll copy this Y position keyframe, hit Ctrl Z, select this, hit Ctrl V. Okay, so we'll get something like this. Also go few frame forwards, create another keyframe on the Y position of each and every one, and in middle of that we will bring this Y position a little bit upwards. Okay, over here we need to adjust the stuff, so I'll change the position over here a little bit. Copy this Y position keyframes at the last also. Okay, so hit U now, select all of this alphabet, and in search option I'll type Y only, so it will show us only Y position keyframe, and select those Y position keyframes and hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, we will select this graph by holding shift, move one handle over here, select this and move one handle over here, select this and move one handle over here, select this and move one handle over here, select this, move one handle over here, one handle over here, one handle over here, and one handle over here. So if you see, you will get this kind of stuff. And if you think that this is quite slow, then by holding Alt you can increase the duration process as well, but For that, make sure to hit U and you need to select all of this keyframe, and then by holding Alt you can do this stuff like this. But what I want over here, the animation should be one by one. So first I want this N should start animate, so I'll hit page down button 2 times, then I'll select this and O and move this over here again 2 times, select this, move this over here again 2 times, then select this and move this over here. Okay, like this. And but if you see this animation over here, all of them are coming from here. I want all of them should start their journey from this origin of this O. So what we can do to fix that, you can select this and let's check out this is coming from the center, then hit page down button 2 times. As you guys can see, the O is coming from here, so we will change the position of this O over here. Then hit page down button 2 times, select this I. Again we will change the position of this eye over here at the center, hit page down button, select this, and as you guys can see we will change the position of this one over here like this. So if you see, we will get this kind of animation. And press F4, select all of them and enable this motion blur like this. Okay, now another thing you need to do, as you guys can see, this M looks quite weird, so I'm gonna go to the start, I'm going to select one rectangle over here, bring this layer over here, hit enter, and let's call it as mask. Press F4 and choose alpha inverted mask like this. Okay, now hit U. Now press Ctrl Y to create one solid background, and I'm going to choose white color for this background. Okay, then right click new and create one adjustment layer, and now over here I am going to apply tint effect on it and apply this effect. Go few frame forwards like this. Let's do one thing, we will select, go to the start, and we will bring our layer somewhere around over here like this. So now whenever I am going to touch the ground, I want the color of this animation should change, so I'll create one keyframe at map white and one keyframe at back to map back black 2. Hit U, hit page down button 1 time, and we will swap this color like this. And similarly, whenever this O is going to touch this M, I'm going to create one keyframe on each, hit page down button 1 time, and we will swap this color. So if you see, like this. Similarly, when this is going to touch this, I mean going to reveal these letters, I'm going to create another keyframe, hit page down button, again swap this color. And when this ball is gonna touch the ground, create one keyframe each, hit page down button, again create swap color. So if you see this now, this, and this. Okay, and if you want, then you can disable this motion blur also, so you will get this kind of stuff. So it's totally up to you. If you want motion blur, then it's okay. If you don't want, then it's also okay, like this. So this is how you can create this kind of text animation. You can choose whatever font you want. I have just used for the reference, but you are free to choose whatever font you want.